man, you know what I mean? I said, what you think about this? You want to do that? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So, yeah. I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, act like he ain't know what's going on. Then that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's about, oh, you playing? Okay, you gonna play. All right, cool. Well, how about?
Stop everything you are doing right now. The red line has been crossed, and the hip-hop world is paralyzed in a state of pure terror. Frantic reports are coming in that King Harris, T.I.'s eldest son, has just been rushed to an Atlanta emergency room in critical condition following a violent, high-stakes confrontation with 50 Cent's elite security detail. Sources are describing a scene of absolute carnage. This wasn't just a scuffle. It was a calculated, brutal takedown that has left a young star fighting for his life. As King Harris lies in a hospital bed,
try to attack my character. They'll say he a rat or he just snap. Yeah. All you gotta do is ask him who I told him. Why it feels like I'm the bully out here then. I watch the look, she ain't got no bodies. You know, that nigga ain't even like that. The definition of gangster is choosing to do things his way. It can be outside of the parameters of even what the justice system says is right. It's gangster because he's choosing his own path and doing it his way.
His father, T.I., has broken his silence with a chilling message that has sent shockwaves through every corner of the industry. This is no longer an Instagram beef. This is no longer about music. This is a blood feud, and the first shot has been fired. Medical reports are coming in, and they are devastating. To understand the blood on the pavement tonight, we have to understand the two titans at the center of this wreckage. On one side, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a man who turned 9 bullets into a billion-dollar empire, whose entire brand is built on the systematic destruction of anyone who dares challenge him. 50 Cent doesn't just beef, he erases. On the other side, Clifford T.I. Harris, the king of the South, a man of immense pride, deep family roots, and a legacy he would burn the world down to protect. For years, these two moved like parallel lines in the industry, respectful yet distant. But in early 2026, friction began. It started with a simple versus challenge. T.I. wanted the smoke. 50 Cent wanted silence. What should have been a celebration of Southern trap versus New York drill turned into a psychological battlefield. 50 Cent, the undisputed king of trolls, began a campaign of character assassination that T.I. simply wasn't prepared for. First came the Crime Stoppers clips, old footage labeling T.I. as King Rat. It wasn't just an attack on his music. It was an assault on his soul, his street credibility, and his right to stand among legends. T.I. tried to keep it lyrical, dropping the track war and keeping the battle in the studio. But the rules changed. 50 Cent did the one thing you never do in a man's world. He brought in the family. He posted an unflattering photo of Tiny Harris, reducing a Grammy-winning legend and mother of 7 to a punchline on a Friday afternoon. That's when King Harris entered the fray. Raised in the era of viral aggression, King didn't call his father, he called out the boogeyman himself. King Harris went to the grave literally. He posted the headstone of Sabrina Jackson, 50 Cent's mother, who was tragically murdered when Curtis was only 8 years old. He dared 50 Cent to dig her up. In that moment, the internet went silent. Everyone knew you don't poke the bear. You don't spit on the grave of the woman who shaped the most ruthless man in entertainment. For 3 days, 50 Cent remained eerily quiet. No memes, no jokes, no Peppa the Frog. Just a terrifying vacuum-sealed silence. T.I. reportedly tried to settle matters privately, sensing the danger, but peace talks failed. The streets of Atlanta were already buzzing with the energy of impending disaster. Tonight, that disaster arrived not on Instagram but in the real world with real consequences. Picture this. 1:45 a.m. at an exclusive, invite-only lounge in the heart of Buckhead, Atlanta. The air is thick with tension. 50 Cent is in town for a surprise appearance promoting his latest brand venture. T.I. isn't there, but King Harris is, flanked by a small group of friends emboldened by his recent social media victory. According to leaked statements from an anonymous club promoter, King spotted 50 Cent's security near the VIP exit. Instead of walking away, he approached them, shouting and demanding to speak to Curtis. Witnesses say he yelled, "Where's that energy now? Tell your boss to keep my mama's name out his mouth." The atmosphere turned radioactive. 50 Cent's security detail, comprised of former special forces and high-level tactical experts, is trained to neutralize threats before they materialize. But King, fueled by adrenaline and family pride, saw them as the obstacle between him and the man who insulted his mother. Here's the twist. 50 Cent wasn't even in the building. He was monitoring the confrontation live through body cams in a blacked-out SUV 2 blocks away. Witnesses say the security team didn't just push King back. They executed a high-intensity neutralization. Within seconds, King Harris was on the ground, suffering blunt force trauma to the head. The sound of the impact was described by a waitress as a gunshot without the flash. Panic erupted. Club lights went up and people screamed. King was unresponsive. Leaked audio, currently being vetted, features a voice that sounds like a lead security guard saying, "Package neutralized. Tell the boss it's done. This is the scene. This is the story. The tension, the history, the bloodline of feuds. All culminating in a single terrifying night that will be remembered in hip-hop forever." But here's the part that will make your blood run cold. As the ambulance arrived, 50 Cent's SUV reportedly drove slowly past the scene. He didn't stop. He didn't look. He just rolled down the window slightly, let out a plume of cigar smoke and kept moving. King Harris was rushed to the ER under a code red status. We're talking potential internal bleeding and a traumatic brain injury. The Harris family was notified at 2:10 a.m. Tiny Harris was reportedly seen screaming in the hospital lobby, held back by nurses as she demanded to see her son. But where was T.I.? This is where the story takes its darkest turn. T.I. didn't show up at the hospital first. He went straight to the location where 50 Cent was rumored to be staying. Witnesses say he stepped out of his vehicle with a look friends claim they haven't seen in 20 years. It wasn't anger. It was a cold, calculated readiness for war. The first shocking twist isn't just that King is hurt. It's that this wasn't a random fight. It was a trap. King Harris walked right into it. 50 Cent didn't need to be there to destroy him. He did it remotely. And now, as the doctors work on King, the streets are bracing for retaliation. But the hospital just released a statement that has sent fans into a tailspin. Leaked medical chart details suggest King might not just be injured. He might be silenced forever. The internet has become a war zone. Within 30 minutes, #KHarris was the #1 trending topic globally. Then the narrative twisted again. A leaked report from a supposed hospital staffer hit a major gossip blog, claiming King Harris didn't just suffer a concussion. They're saying he experienced a temporary loss of motor function in his left side. If true, this is a life-altering injury for a 21-year-old. A young man whose life changed because of an Instagram comment. Twitter erupted. One fan wrote, "50 finally went too far. Security shouldn't be putting hands on kids like that. T.I. needs to handle this in the streets." Another responded, "King Harris talked about a dead woman's grave. In the streets, that's a green light. Don't start what you can't finish. #GunIt." Then came the second shocking reveal. While the world mourned, a leaked security camera clip surfaced. Just seconds before the confrontation, King Harris is seen holding a phone, seemingly on FaceTime. Reports suggest it was T.I.'s own brother, allegedly encouraging King to stand his ground and represent the family. Was King being used as a pawn to force T.I. into a war he didn't want? Or was it a setup by an internal mole to finally take down? The industry backlash was immediate. Big names started picking sides. A deleted tweet from a major New York rapper rumored to be a Git affiliate read, "Play with the dead, join the dead, LOL." Meanwhile, Atlanta legends moved in silence. Rumor has it a secret meeting was held at a private studio involving the city's biggest power players. They weren't talking music, they were talking sanctions. The biggest reveal came next. A leaked voicemail, allegedly from 50 Cent to an industry associate, surfaced on a private Discord server. In it, 50 Cent can be heard saying, "He's fine. He's just sleeping, but his daddy is about to wake up to a nightmare he can't wrap his way out of." Was King's condition being exaggerated to draw T.I. out? Or was 50 Cent admitting this was only the beginning of a larger, more violent plan? As the medical team prepared for a second surgery to relieve pressure on King's brain, T.I. posted a black square on Instagram. The caption read, "The law of the land has failed. Now the law of the king begins. 50. You have 24 hours to find God. This isn't a diss track. This is a manhunt. The escalation was complete. There was no turning back. Hip-hop was no longer a united community. It was a house divided. Within hours of King Harris being admitted to the ICU, the digital landscape transformed into a psychological battlefield. On the West Coast, OGs called for a truce, their voices trembling with the weight of history. They remembered 1996 and the cost of wars spilling off the screen and onto the pavement. But the younger generation craved drama. TikTok flooded with frame-by-frame reaction videos analyzing King Harris's last Instagram story. Looking for clues, he knew the hit was coming. One viral TikToker, racking up 5 million views in 2 hours, claimed, "Look at his eyes in the club. He wasn't there to party. He was there for a showdown. 50 Cent just got to him first." Fake celebrity reactions poured in like gasoline on a wildfire. A leaked DM from a major female rapper said, "I'm staying out of this. Both sides are crazy, but if anything happens to that boy, Atlanta will burn. You can't touch a man's seeds and expect him to keep making music." Industry executives were in pure panic. Major brands with multi-million-dollar contracts with both 50 Cent and T.I. reportedly pulled ads and paused campaigns. They didn't want their logos next to ICU beds and cold-blooded revenge. Controversy intensified on a late-night podcast. Street analysts argued T.I. was at fault. One host shouted, "If you're a king, you teach your prince how to move. You don't let him go at a shark like 50 Cent when he's only a goldfish." T.I. failed as a father before 50 failed as a peer. Loyalists retaliated violently in comment sections. Threats and doxing attempts filled the feed. Fans were divided into two camps. Hashtag Team Grave, believing King Harris brought this on himself, and hashtag Team Family, condemning 50 Cent for targeting a 21-year-old. The division wasn't just online. Shouting matches erupted in barbershops across the country. Then a new bombshell dropped. A hospital nurse, reportedly fired for a privacy breach, claimed King Harris woke up for exactly 30 seconds and whispered one name. It wasn't T.I., it wasn't Tiny, it was a name no one expected. A name pointing to a 20-year-old secret finally dragged into the light. The industry is holding its breath. One name and the entire hip-hop power structure could collapse. Just when it seemed this nightmare couldn't get any more twisted, encrypted information began surfacing. We have just received a video file from an anonymous source. It's only 6 seconds long, grainy, and shaky, but the implications are world-shattering. Taken from a high-angle security camera that police seemingly missed, it shows King Harris talking to a hooded figure in the shadows of the club's VIP hallway just seconds before 50 Cent security moved in. As the figure steps into the light for a split second, the internet has erupted. They've identified him, and it's not a G-Unit affiliate. It's someone from T.I.'s own inner circle. The final shocking twist: King Harris wasn't actually there to attack 50 Cent's security. He was trying to warn them. According to emerging reports, King had discovered a Black Ops-style plan within his father's camp to set 50 Cent up that night. Despite the online beef, he didn't want blood on his family's hands. He was trying to save 50 Cent's life. The irony is devastating. The security team may have accidentally taken out the only person acting as a guardian for their boss. Now T.I. is hunting 50 Cent for a crime that was triggered by a traitor at his own dinner table. But the plot thickens. The hospital has gone on total high-alert lockdown. SWAT teams have cordoned off the entire surgical floor. Why? A second unidentified patient has been brought in from a secondary location connected to the club. This person has a gunshot wound, and rumors suggest it could be the traitor who set this chain of events in motion. The hip-hop world is screaming. Who is the second patient? A member of the Grand Hustle family? A high-level executive? Or the man who whispered in King's ear? Meanwhile, King Harris has been rushed back into emergency surgery to stop a secondary brain bleed. T.I. has gone completely dark. His phone is off, GPS disabled, and his security detail has vanished from his Atlanta estate. 50 Cent, in contrast, just posted a picture of a chessboard with only the king and a knight left. The caption reads, "Checkmate. See you at the funeral." Whose funeral? The streets of Atlanta are eerily silent, but it's the calm before a Category 5 storm. Sources say a major industry-altering press conference is scheduled for 6 a.m., but T.I. isn't waiting. Unconfirmed reports indicate a caravan of black SUVs spotted outside one of 50 Cent's undisclosed residences. Cold-blooded revenge is no longer a promise. It is happening right now in the shadows, where cameras cannot reach. Then came the final bombshell. A leaked photo of King Harris's ICU room has surfaced. He's not alone. Someone is sitting in the chair next to his bed, holding his hand. Who is it? Why are they there? What does this mean for the blood feud? We are working to verify this image as we speak, and we'll provide the full reveal in our next emergency update. This is the most dangerous moment in hip-hop history. A young man's life hangs in the balance, and two legends are on a collision course that could change everything forever. We are monitoring the Atlanta ER and the streets 24/7 with embedded sources, bringing news the second it breaks. But we need to hear from you. Is T.I. right to seek cold-blooded revenge for his son? Or did King Harris bring this on himself by breaking the sacred rules of the streets? And who is the hidden witness sitting by King's bedside right now? Drop your theories in the comments. If you want to be the first to see the leaked photo of who is actually in that hospital room, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. The next shot in this war is imminent, and you cannot afford to miss it. Stand with the Harris family by clicking like, or comment #GunIt if you believe 50 Cent is simply defending his legacy. The clock is ticking. Stop everything you are doing. The hip-hop world is in shock tonight. Reports are pouring in that King Harris, T.I.'s eldest son, has been rushed to an Atlanta emergency room in critical condition after a violent confrontation with 50 Cent's elite security team. Sources describe a scene of absolute chaos. This wasn't a simple scuffle. It was a high-stakes, calculated takedown that has left a young star fighting for his life. As King Harris lies in a hospital bed, the tension in the streets is palpable. T.I. has broken his silence with a chilling message that has sent shockwaves across the industry. This is no longer about music or social media beef. It is a blood feud. The first shot has been fired, and the consequences are devastating. To understand tonight's carnage, you need to know the players. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a man who transformed 9 bullets into a billion-dollar empire, thrives on dominance. His brand is built on dismantling anyone who challenges him. 50 doesn't just beef, he erases. On the other side is Clifford T.I. Harris, the King of the South, a man with deep family roots, immense pride, and a legacy he would defend at all costs. For years they moved like parallel lines, respectful, yet distant. But in 2026, friction escalated. The feud started with a simple versus challenge. T.I. wanted the smoke. 50 Cent wanted silence. What should have been a celebration of Southern trap versus New York drill became a psychological battlefield. 50 Cent, the undisputed king of trolls, unleashed a campaign of character assassination. He dug up decades-old footage labeling T.I. as King Rat, attacking not just his music, but his credibility, soul, and reputation. T.I. responded lyrically, dropping the track war, keeping the battle in the studio, but then 50 crossed a line no one could ignore. 50 Cent posted a humiliating photo of Tiny Harris online, reducing a Grammy-winning legend and mother of 7 to a punchline. That is when King Harris entered the fray. Raised in the era of viral aggression, King didn't call his father. He called out the boogeyman himself. He posted the headstone of 50 Cent's late mother, Sabrina Jackson, daring Curtis to dig her up. The internet went silent. Everyone knew. You don't poke the bear, and you don't touch the woman who shaped the most ruthless man in entertainment. For 3 days, 50 Cent was eerily silent. No memes, no jokes, no Peppa the Frog. Just a terrifying vacuum of suspense. T.I. tried to settle matters privately, sensing danger, but peace talks failed. Atlanta's streets were already humming with tension. And tonight, disaster struck. Not online but in the real world. It was 1:45 a.m. at an exclusive lounge in Buckhead. 50 Cent was making a surprise appearance for a brand promotion. T.I. wasn't there, but King Harris was, flanked by friends. Witnesses say King spotted 50 Cent's security near the VIP exit. Instead of de-escalating, he approached, shouting, "Where's that energy now? Tell your boss to keep my mama's name out his mouth." 50 Cent's security detail, comprised of former special forces, is trained to neutralize threats immediately. But King, fueled by family pride and adrenaline, didn't see them as guards. He saw a wall between him and the man who insulted his mother. According to sources, a physical altercation broke out when one of King's associates reached for a waistband. The team executed a high-intensity neutralization. King Harris went down, suffering severe blunt force trauma. A waitress described the sound as a gunshot without the flash. Panic erupted. King was unresponsive. Leaked audio suggests a security guard said, "Package neutralized. Tell the boss it's done." And then the most chilling moment. 50 Cent's SUV drove slowly past the ambulance. He didn't stop. He didn't look. Just a plume of cigar smoke as he kept moving. King Harris was rushed to the ER under a code red. Potential internal bleeding.